Hello everyone, Espurr. Now with a today's game on Rainmaker Wahoo, we're watching the Sorella Tent. Comp looks okay. Nothing too noteworthy on the enemy team. There's a crab. Machine's bad now. And, they have missiles, I guess. That's about it. Let's see. Push up. What's your plan here? Try to take this guy out. Alright. So it seemed like your plan was to throw your tent, follow it, and see what we can do. That's fine. Gonna push up here. I'd actually say not to tell him this way. So, to the degree that you pushed up was fine. But only you should have been up there, really. Ow. Mainly because if the rest of your team was up there where you were, then they wouldn't be watching the Rainmaker. Which means if the enemy wants to do a dumb flank, it's actually going to work. Okay, so it wouldn't be a dumb flank anymore, it'd be a smart flank. What are you doing? Okay, you're lucky your team had that. Now, while you were trying to pop, what is it? Beacons, your enemy team's actually trying to fight the Rainmaker, and that wasn't really a good idea. On your part. There were more important things to focus on. Anyways, why are you taking this fight? Okay. The main reason I'm not really too happy with that fight is it, one, I'm pretty sure this, okay, unless it's his friend. Well, this is an anarchy open, so maybe. But regardless, I'm gonna assume this is just solo queue, and if it is, then that making that sort of move doesn't really seem all too great, just because the only thing you're doing is pulling attention, and while that's fine, it is fine to pull attention. I don't think your teammate, you didn't know what the status of your teammates were, and if they could actually, hold with that. Also, that was a huge case of missile sharing. Alright, let's see. I should also mention, I forgot to mention this, but the person who sent this in wanted me to look at their positioning. So, I should have mentioned this to them before, but positioning is, if you just say what my positioning needs help, that's still a pretty general statement. Usually, people tend to send in something more specific, and the entire purpose of, and I'm not talking about the game because the general approach, whatever. Whenever people usually send in stuff, they tend to be a little more specific, but whatever. The entire point of my statement of, hey, tell me what you struggled with, is to give me some kind of thing to work with. Regardless, though, that move was kind of dumb. I'm gonna go back on that. And here, yeah, okay. So here you pop your shield. It gets completely destroyed. You try to dive in. I mean, squeezing out a few extra points, and yeah, I guess it's not so bad actually, but yeah, it's not so bad. Anyways, yeah, just kill this guy. There we go. Luckily, the rest of your team had the rest of the fight. There we go. Move up. Or that. Okay. I guess grabbing the Rainmaker is fine. If you're actually going to push. Which it seems like you are. It seems like you're actually going to push. So. The other thing is, well, one, you were too close to the crab. Yeah, so whenever there's a crab online, you want to make sure that you're staying a bit far away, and for that exact reason. You just get bombed. And for anyone who plays crab, you also want to try to space yourself so that you can't kill your teammates when you're getting bombed. Let's see. Pop a mine here, pop a mine there. I really don't like this spot. Yeah. Okay, so I will say this. Tents the kind of weapon. Okay, what are you trying to do? Okay. Yeah, whatever. I do not care. I do not care about this. Well, regardless, Tent's the kind of weapon where you need a fair amount of aim and a fair amount of setup. Okay, actually, stuff's actually gonna happen now. All right, let's see. How do you handle this? So the enemy seems to be getting a pretty good push going. You had, to be honest, you still had cooler effect. You probably could have taken the fight, and if you lost, it wouldn't have been all that bad. If you won, you could have just pushed Rainmaker easy. Luckily enough, the enemy team didn't really guard the Rainmaker all too well, so you could just push in. Yeah, whatever. So, what was I gonna mention? Positioning here. Eh. It seemed kind of meh. There are some... What I will say, though, is there's some angles that Tent really wants to play. It tends to want to play in, like, narrow, straight corridors. Because if it's able to do that, it's able to, like, use its tent shield to completely block it. And not only that, but if there are any curves, or any, like, what is it, like, curves slash, I forget what it's called, turns. If there are any turns, it just stops your shield, and then it stops being useful. If there are any curves, yeah, it'll follow the curve, but now as it keeps following that curve, the side is going to become even more exposed to a point where it's just useless. And at some point, it's just going to hit a wall. But, yeah, I'd say try to play your tent in more narrow, straight paths, because that's where your tent works best. And then, what else? I think that's all. Oh, no, one more thing. So you can try to play like the whole, oh, I'm gonna feed, I'm gonna die sort of thing, or not die. I'm gonna like go and try to get the kill with my sort of shield and all that sort of thing. My only thing with that is that you have to be pretty good at the weapon in order to do that, because Tent's actually not that great at killing. And it's only really strong because it's able to play with its shield. That's fine, but some of the plays you made kind of assumed that you could just out-mechanic the enemy, which I don't... It's not an assumption that I like. But, yeah, that's it for today. See y'all.